Thank you so much for talking to us. Of course, TST is always a good time. The last 2 years have been great, and for its third year, and you're one of the original investors into TST, the soccer tournament. How's it been treating you? What have you been seeing? How's the growth been like the last 3 years, and how excited are you for this third event?
And first and foremost, thanks for having me. Since we started TST, the soccer tournament, it just continues to grow, right? It's so much fun. Obviously, the first year, it was just all these different teams, and we had the U.S. women's team who competed that year, which was an unbelievable sight to see the way that they competed. And then we went into last year, which was the second year, and we had $2 million winners. We had the women's tournament, we had the men's tournament, and so it's just exciting to see with all the different fields and all the people showing up, and it's very festival style. And this year we'll have 134 matches, 64 teams, and it's nothing like seeing those teams score that last goal to know that they won $1 million.
Absolutely. You guys were able to get Hope Solo to basically come out of retirement, and she has her own team that she's fielding as well. How exciting is for you, just as somebody who's a longtime professional athlete yourself, to see other professional athletes who at the top of their game want to come back to the game because of TST?
Yeah, I think that's what's really cool about it. Over the years, we've had a number of people, right? Obviously, Hope is there. It was really cool to see Mia Hamm there coaching, to see Ocho Cinco there, to see JJ Watt there, to see Steve Nash or whatnot. And then even some of the teams that come, Wrexham, Dortmund, whatever team it may be, to see some of the guys. Obviously, you have the young guns, the 20-year-olds, even younger, running around playing. But then you have 35 and 40-year-olds who are out here. And I think what I appreciate is the commitment to the training because this is competitive. This isn't
Mhm.
just messing around. This is $1 million on the line. So to see the competitiveness that goes into the TST, I think is what makes it special.
Just for fun, I know that you have other things to worry about, but have you thought about getting out there on maybe a practice day with some of those guys?
Man, I'll go out there and mess around every now and then, but I just seen a few of them like strain a hamstring or something like that. And I know what that feels like. It's really cool though to see everyone commit to it, right? Obviously, Pat McAfee has a team and he does a show from there. And I think a lot of people come into the tournament not knowing what to expect. And
Mhm.
then you get there and you see it and you can smell the food, you can hear the music, you see all the people, and then you fully ingrained.
Love it. I want to ask you about this because you've had some involvement with the TBT before, having your own team that you fielded before there. And Doug Gottlieb is currently filing a waiver with the NCAA to try to let some of his UW Green Bay players, um, you know, possibly play in the TBT. What do you think that this could be as far as the future of TBT and TST, allowing high-level soccer players, high-level college basketball players, and maybe even whole teams to just participate in this as part of, some summer fun and some NIL?
That's interesting. I saw it just like you did, and I think it's something that's on the way, right? Especially with these kids now being able to sign NIL deals or whatnot. Teams travel and play different places during the summer or whatnot, and I think if you're getting an opportunity to play competitive games and it's able to bring monetary value to the kids, then why not?
Well, I think we've sort of seen this a little bit where, beginning of NBA seasons, some teams will go overseas, play another team, maybe another national team or things like that. Where do you think we are as far as like the future of, there being some type of cross-pollination between professional leagues, before the actual professional league seasons begin? And how can TST possibly be a part of that?
Um, that's a great question, right? Obviously, we have a group of us that are always talking and trying to figure out how to expand. I think those are kind of separate right now as far as TST and trying to figure out how like the NBA or whatnot plays against the Euro League and all that stuff. But I think for us is trying to figure out how to continue to grow the TST, right? We have teams coming in now, obviously from all around the country. When you hear how teams were constructed, all of them are different. All of them are different. You meet a team and they like, man. we play just about every other weekend in tournaments like this. We're a separate team, but for this, we're together or
Mhm.
whatnot. So it's always interesting to hear everyone's different strategy.
That's awesome. I do, if I can, want to ask you a little bit about your NBA career. You just finished 20 seasons, which is not an easy feat. That doesn't just happen to everybody, which is really cool. And, especially if somebody like myself who also grew up in a triad, to see you do that. Are we getting 21?
We're gonna see. We're gonna see. I definitely would love to play another year. I think right now I'm so engulfed in my kids, right? My daughter had practice last night. It was dope to get to take her to practice. My son had an AAU tournament this past weekend in Kansas City. We were in Memphis the weekend before that. So right now, that's what I'm focused on. I'm obviously still training, shooting, and stuff like that all the time. So just waiting to see what happens.
Your son's been kind of blowing up right now on the internet with some of his performances lately. Are you
That's the internet. That's the internet.
you seen a little bit of yourself in him?
Um, here and there, but I think his journey is his journey,
Yeah,
right? So he's gonna have to figure that out. Obviously, it's a different life because every time, he makes a layup is a highlight. So
true.
he has a lot of work to do, and I think that's my job as dad is to continue to remind him that.
With you mentioned your family. Of course, TST is a great place for families to kind of have some fun together. Is that something that you're looking forward to with your family? I know that they've been there before. And how have you seen other families kind of reconnect with each other through TST?
You know what's really cool to watch at the TST, right? Because the very first year I did bring my kids, and now they're in school. I think their last day of school may be the 6th, so hopefully I can get them out of after their last day of school to down to the tournament. But at the TST, it is perfect for families, right? If you think about the US Open or whatnot, like what's cool about it is the soccer matches start at different times, right? So if one ends, you can just walk over here and see another one, right? You just keep going around seeing all of these different matches taking place. And that's what's cool about it. And it's real festival style. You can eat, get food, you can sit down, you can walk, you can stand and just enjoy the day.
And I want to kind of end on this. I asked you a little bit about this last year when we spoke, but seeing, I mentioned this before our call began, but your new media company, your investment in TST, Winston-Salem Dash, your vegan snack company, it's cool to see entrepreneur and mogul Chris Paul. What about this is prideful to you, and being able to have your hand in so many different things? And what type of messages are you wanting to relay with the different things that you are invested in?
Yeah, I think some of the things that I'm invested in and that I love, obviously I've played sport my entire life, but live action sports, there's nothing like it. There's nothing like actually being at the TST and getting to see the competitiveness, and also with my snack company, it's just something that's very genuine, something that people do all the time is snack. And
Hmm.
I want to make sure that there are healthier options for people that also taste good. But with my media company, it is I sort of been in front of a camera my entire life, right? Watching the whole process of it and everything. So I love creating and I love building, and that's what we're doing with the TST. And this is the last thing I'll say, unless you have any other questions. But what's cool about the TST is me walking by too as a fan and talking to other fans of where are you from and why are you here? See, a lot of people are fans of a lot of these teams that are in a total different country. And even though they'll never be able to go see that team in that country, they can come see them at the TST. They can come support them there at the TST. And I think that's what's been really cool.